Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me on another Coops Cooks. It's a lovely sunny day in Worcester today, or if you're American, Worcestershire. So that means one thing, summer food and wings. Now I'm going to show you how to make that recipe. It's the best there is. It's always a hit when my friends come over. Goes greatly with beer, and it's buttermilk fried chicken wings with cherry coke dipping sauce. We've got chicken wings, of course, and look how cheap these are. Just over £2.19, and they make a massive portion. Just got those from Tesco's. Then we need to bread those. So we've got some flour here. It's just plain flour, that's all it is. And then there's a lot of herbs and spices in this. Obviously you want tons of flavour. We're going to put flavour in the buttermilk when we brine it, and we're going to put flavour in the actual breading as well. So what we've got is, I buy these kind of catering packs because herbs, you can buy like the little ones from Tesco's and whatever in supermarkets, but these work out a lot more cost efficient when you buy in bulk. And so I've got some garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, ground coriander, we've got some brown sugar as well, just a little bit of sweetness, some white pepper, I've got some celery salt as well. We're going to use some just normal salt, but I'm just going to be fancy and use my pink Himalayan salt again. And then paprika as well. I like to use the smoked one as well because it gives a nice smoky depth of flavour. And also, this is what we brine it in as well. We've got buttermilk there. It doesn't have to be expensive. We've got on that one there, look, Mr. Asda. Some brown sugar. Some Heinz tomato ketchup, the cherry coke of course, and some red wine vinegar, Worcester sauce, and again some more herbs. This side here, what I've just showed you, is for the actual sauce, and the other side with all the herbs and spices and flour and chicken, that's just for the chicken itself. What we're going to do now is we're going to make the spice blend, okay? Now you can make this up ahead of time as well. You can make a massive portion. I like it in a little Tupperware tub, so that you can always use it whenever you want. You just get it out of the tub and use what you need, okay? But anyway, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in with the garlic powder first of all. Then we need some onion powder. Okay. Sometimes it gets a bit dry, but what you can do is put that in a pestle and mortar and just give it a bit of a mix first of all, just to break it up. Okay, and then we've got a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. So this is all the tablespoons at the moment. I've separated it to make it nice and easy. And then we want a tablespoon of brown sugar. And now we're going to go on to the teaspoon measurements. And we've got a teaspoon of celery salt. It gives it a nice flavour. Some white pepper. Some pink Himalayan salt, but just, do you know what I mean, just use whatever you've got. Teaspoon of salt, not too much. You don't want salty wings that make you thirsty, okay? You just want them nicely seasoned. And then we've got a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I love this stuff, absolutely gorgeous. And then some ground coriander. Just level that off, bear with me. There we go. So that's all the herbs and spices we've got. We're going to give that a mix, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use half of it to go into the buttermilk and half of it to go into the flour, into the seasoning. What we need to do now is cut these into portions. If you eat your wings like that, I just can't trust you, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. We need to cut them down into little bits, bite-sized portions. Cut the tip off first of all, which is that part. Straight down the middle. And then go into the middle, and we're going to separate these as well into drums and flats. There you go. So we've got two nice portions. We're going to pop those in the brine, and we're going to marinate those a couple of hours, or preferably overnight as well, just to really soak in the flavour. So there's the chicken portions, nicely separated into drums and flats. I prefer drums. What do you prefer? Flats. Okay. These parts here, the tips, don't throw them away, pop them into a freezer bag, and you can make some chicken stock out of that. £2 odd for 20 pieces of chicken as well is great value. What we need to do now is flour these, so I'm going to get on with that part. That bowl of buttermilk we had earlier sat nicely. Put all the wings in there, just give it a bit of a mixture, a bit of a messy job now, but give those a nice coating, massage in all the flavour, and put this in, as we said, into the oven, not the oven, yeah, the fridge for about 2 hours, but preferably overnight as well, so it really sucks in all of that flavour. So here's some wings we've had in the fridge all night. They're really nicely marinated. We've got 3 cups of this flour, so 3 of those in there, and then the rest of the spice mixture we made, put that in there as well, give it a bit of a mixture. All I need to do now is just get the wings, just going to take the cling film off. These are really succulent now because of that buttermilk. Just dip them in the flour, and by the magic of TV, I'm just going to speed this up and fly through and put them all on a baking tray. And we're back. So there we go. They're all been coated. Now this is the best tip I can tell you, okay? Best tip I learned. Doesn't matter whether you're doing this recipe or any kind of like a just deep fried wing recipe. Do this, okay? Put them in the flour, put them on a tray, put them in the fridge for half hour, and that's all that moisture is gonna absorb all the flour as well, and it's gonna make the crispiest wings you've ever had in your life. So we're gonna put those in the fridge now and then come back and finish them off. Chicken's in the fridge, uncovered. While we wait for that to develop for 30 minutes, we're going to get on with the sauce. So over on the hob, I've got a large saucepan here. We're going to go in with the tomato ketchup first of all. This is the base of the barbecue sauce. That's about 1.5 cups of ketchup in there. A can of cherry Coke, of course. There we go. Pour that in there. As you can imagine, all that salt in sugar even in there is going to make it nice and sweet, nice sticky barbecue sauce. We want just about 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar as well, and the same of water. And then we need the herbs and spices then at this stage. So we're going to go in with the sugar, which is 2 tablespoons of sugar. Again, just for a bit more sweetener, although there's lots of sugar in the cherry Coke already. 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce. Comes out slow. 2 teaspoons again of smoked paprika, and the rest of your herbs and spices as well. So I've just combined them there. I'm going to pop them all in there. And then all you need to do really is leave that to get to the boil, and then we're going to simmer it for about an hour, I would say. Back over to the counter. The chicken is out of the fridge. It's a little bit damp because it's absorbed all of the flour, but that's fine, that's what we want. We're going to double dip it in the leftover flour that we had from earlier. In the background, I've got the sauce on the go. It smells gorgeous. The oil's getting up to temperature, just veg oil in there. I'm going to double dip these again. I'm going to fast forward it, and then I'm going to continue afterwards. Over near the deep fat fryer, we've got the nicely breaded chicken. I've also got a rack here as well to let the oil drip off afterwards. So I'm just going to move that onto the left, make a little bit of a production line. We're going to put this in the basket. Don't overcrowd it, okay, because they'll stick together and it'll come out weird. So just pop these in about, I don't know, four at a time, I suppose. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower those in slowly. Be careful with hot oil, I know it goes without saying. And these go in the oil. I've got this on 160 on my deep fat fryer. They stay in there for 10 minutes. Really excited about this now. They've all been fried off in batches, and now I get to taste them. So let's try one of these. Mmm. Mmm. Ice shot food. Makes you want to dance. Mmm. These are so crispy as well. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone. Mmm. So gorgeous. And that sauce thickened down nicely. It's really fruity. It's got that cherry colour as well. It's really nice. But the proof is in the pudding, right? Mmm. 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 My man can cook chicken. Mmm. Mmm. That is gorgeous. That's nice. If you like stuff spicy as well, that's got a nice little kick to it because of the cayenne. What I would do, right, is I'm happy like this. I like getting the wings. I like dipping them in things. But if you want, get one of these bowls. I'll show you. Just get one of those bowls. Oops, braces are coming down. Throw all of those in there, throw that in together and toss them around because some people like that, and then you can just have all already like cherry coke coated wings. But yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous, those are. Mm. Thing about wings as well, I'm really passionate about these. I've spent years going through the internet and promises on YouTube and promises on these recipes that say this is the best southern fried chicken you ever had. I've made tons of those recipes, really like bland, horrible. This is the best recipe I've ever tasted. And if you think you can do better than that, or you've got a recipe better than that, put it in the comments as well. And I'll try and make it. And also just tell me what you want me to cook as well. I like stuff with a bit of, with unusual ingredients as well. So comment down below and I might cook some of the stuff that you recommend. I really enjoyed this week. It's always a pleasure cooking for you. Thanks for joining me. If you can subscribe down below, I'd really appreciate that. What I'm going to do next week is remove myself from the kitchen, from my comfort zone. I'm going to be out in Worcester, Coops Cooks on tour. I'm going to be reviewing some restaurants for you. So keep an eye out for those. Until next time, take care.